Welcome to Scrum Masters Elite _UK. Subscribe for more rugby insights and inspiration.
What stands out to me most about the Red Roses 40-player squad is not simply the new names or the players returning from injury, but the way the team views this opportunity. John Mitchell made it very clear, being selected is not a reward, but only the starting point. I think this is a message worth reflecting on. In sport, just as in life, an opportunity only becomes meaningful when we know how to turn it into responsibility and action. 6 players who have never represented their country are now facing a major opportunity. But they must also prove that they can adapt to the pace, pressure and standards of international rugby. This shows me that talent is important, but attitude, hard work and the ability to work for the team are equally important. I particularly agree with the team's focus on building stronger connections. Rugby is not an individual sport. A strong team needs players who understand one another, support each other and are willing to put the interests of the team ahead of personal ego.
Players returning from injury, such as Alex Matthews, Natasha Hunt and Morwenna Talling, also remind me that a sporting journey is not always smooth. There are times when athletes have to stop, recover and start again. But a difficult period does not necessarily determine an athlete's future. For the fans, I think we should have expectations, but we also need to be patient. England will face Australia, Canada, New Zealand and the USA, but the final results should not be the only measure of this process. What matters is whether the team is improving, whether the new players are adapting, and whether the coaching staff's philosophy is genuinely being reflected on the field. The lesson I take for myself is very simple. Being given an opportunity does not mean you have already succeeded. It is the moment when you have to work even harder to prove your value. I also believe that sport should create competition while, at the same time, encouraging respect. Analyze a match, but do not rush to judge a person. Expect victories, but also recognize the effort behind them.
For me, the Red Roses' new journey is worth following not only because of the matches ahead, but also because of the story of preparation, team spirit, overcoming pressure and the constant desire to improve. Because sometimes, the greatest value of sport is not how many matches we win, but what we learn on the journey towards victory.
Ultimately, the Red Roses' journey ahead will be determined not only by the results on the scoreboard, but by how each individual in the team as a whole turn challenges into opportunities for growth. New faces, returning players, and demanding expectations are all shaping a new chapter for the team. What will be most worth watching is how they turn preparation into real performances, pressure into resilience, and team spirit into strength on the field. For the fans, let us follow this journey with hope and anticipation, but also with fairness and patience. Because in sport, a memorable team is not simply one that knows how to win, but one that knows how to grow through every challenge.
Thanks for watching Scrum Masters Elite _UK. Keep learning, keep improving, and subscribe for more rugby insights.